now it's time to beat mission 3B. So this is one where we need to finish mission 10, which is this not so relaxing farm map here. You might remember it. It's a pretty easy one. But what's not easy is the challenge. So it says we've got to use Radio Seeker, which we have. Not allowed legendary items, otherwise it would be pretty easy with so much damage. But here, this is basically the challenge. this last one. These other ones are not too hard. But fire only a single shot. Now that means that, like, to start with, you're like, how could that even possible? Because, I mean, even if it didn't have a fire rate of 12.7, you're still going to fire more than one shot. So you need to find some items that will make it so you don't fire any shots, or only fire every so often. So that means don't have multiple ejectors, but it also means you want to be using these items here, because these are the ones that, I know it seems like it goes in a random direction, but if you're only using one of the directions and these ones just end up hitting the walls, then it's the same as just not firing. But even if you do that, we can't use one here, of course, because we've got to not eject more than one bullet. But even if you end up making this thing, I'll just show you here so you can see what's going on. So let's make a cool little thing here, and let's put some, I don't know, let's put PS or something. Let's put HP. Here we go. So now HP PS is better than PS for this challenge, of course, because you have to kill lots of blocks, and there's a lot of blocks. So let's just go. So I'll show you once, and let's see if it does fire. If we're lucky, it'll fire straight away. Well, actually, if we're lucky, it won't, because we designed our ship to not fire very often. But you can see it's not firing at all. Pretty much, we could do some maths and work out how often it'll fire. But this, you really have to play this level quite a few times to beat the challenge, because if your ship fires too often that it will fire every challenge, then chances are it'll fire more than once, and you'll fail the challenge. So you really have to make it so unlikely. But that does mean you have to do a bit of waiting, like we're doing here. So it's a bit silly to do this waiting on the one that's not going to work. So I'll just tell you why it's not going to work. It's not going to work because this one here, it continues with half of the remaining damage. So every time it kills a block, or every time it kills a group of blocks with these AoEs, it will halve the damage that's remaining. So it deals the damage to the block, and then the rest of it gets halved as well. So we don't want it to halve. So the trick to this challenge, well, obviously these are the trick to the challenge, but the second trick to the challenge is probably using area effect and PS, but the third trick to the challenge is using more than one of these ones, because that will mean that it reduces the challenge only by 1/6, not the challenge, reduces the damage only by 1/6. So that's pretty much the three things you need to beat this challenge. There are probably quite a few other ways of beating this challenge. That's the way I like to do. It's really cool to see the remaining damage, more than one of them being useful for something. So, because normally you just use one. Well, oh, did that fire? What if I do? Oh. Right. Oh, you can all see what I did wrong? There we go. Cool. Let's do it properly now. Okay, fired once, that was fast. Let's not fire it again. So this is the hoping part, where we just have to hope that it killed everything, but we also have to hope that it doesn't fire this whole time. And we did it. Hooray, that was easy. Cool. So then you know the trick. So the trick is to get a really big, ridiculous damage shot, get a lot of AoEs, and some of these HP pieces. That's the build there. Cool, good luck you guys with making that. Alright, see ya.